Aloha and welcome to Local Ventures. We'll visit behind the scenes with some of Hawaii's most innovative and successful businesses. From mom and pop shops to high tech and media, from local entrepreneurs reinventing second and third generation family businesses to new cutting edge startups. Find out how they're meeting today's challenges in our changing world. Stay with us.
Local Ventures is presented by Central Pacific Bank. Central Pacific Bank works for you.
In Hawaii, because there's not a big Indian population, there weren't many Indian restaurants. So we felt like if the market wasn't there, eventually we'd create the market. Having said that, we had no restaurant experience at all.
Asian food may be plentiful in Hawaii, but South Asian? Since 2001, India Cafe has not only catered to, but expanded this market and its own business with multiple locations. Owner Jiva Segaran and his family are spicing up Hawaii.
I grew up in Waianae, so being one of the only Indians in Waianae, our household would throw parties and my dad would cook these Indian dishes that we grew up with, and I'd invite my friends over and they enjoyed it, and ever since then it was like we should open a restaurant. So finally my dad brought over his brother and his brother's wife, who were excellent cooks, and they came and we decided that was the time. So it was really a family project to get it up and going. In Hawaii, because there's not a big Indian population, there weren't many Indian restaurants. So we felt like the food is so tasty that if the market wasn't there, eventually we'd create the market. Having said that, we had no restaurant experience at all, just really great food. We kind of took a box in the back of Kapahulu, kind of off the beaten track. Started off like a takeout style of restaurant where you would order from a board, handwritten board, and it had couches in here, and it was kind of like really like you're coming to our house and we're cooking for you kind of feel. We just had to keep adapting along the way due to the location being a no foot traffic location. So the takeout quick serve concept didn't work for this location. So gradually we changed the decor, upgraded to a sit-down casual restaurant where it's a destination place. And along the 9-10 years of business, we learned a lot about business and how to run a restaurant, and made it to where we are today, and with multiple locations. Because in the restaurant business, if you don't grow, then you can sink. India's a big place, and every region has a different kind of food. My heritage being South Indian, Tamil, and then also my dad was born in India, but he grew up in Malaysia. And Malaysia's got some of the best food in the world because you got Chinese, you got Malays, you got all of those fusion type of food. So it really makes our food very different. Because my grandmother was primarily vegetarian, we do a lot of vegetarian dishes. We don't use dairy for the most part, so they're all vegan as well. We don't do beef, we don't do pork. And then the style of cooking that we do is home style. It's really home style of cooking. So, the food you would get here has as much passion and love and flavors as how we would cook at home.
So what kind of fish is it?
We know that our food's delicious. It's just how, if you don't put them in people's mouths, then they'll never know. Basically, because our Kapahulu restaurant doesn't have the foot traffic and we're kind of hidden, we decided to just be everywhere, take the food to the people, if you will, via lunch wagons, satellite locations. We opened a restaurant in Kailua, and although it seemed crazy, we ran the numbers, we tested the market for 2 years with a lunch wagon. We did our due diligence, so a lot of the fear was off. I mean, we even got a loan to do it, so that shows a lot that, being in this business so long and being able to survive and actually thrive, that even the banks were willing to listen to us. We did it in a small footprint, so our rent would be cheaper, but great location. I've been able to keep prices low, so everything's like under $10, you get an Indian meal. People don't want to spend $20, $30 for dinner anymore. So every single step I've kind of learned